November has begun and interest rates are the highest they have been since the early 2000s. In this November Huntington Real Estate Market Update, we will take a look at the numbers for available inventory, the median list price, the days on market, and what it means for buyers and sellers in these coming winter months. I know that talking about data can be super boring, so we'll keep this as brief as possible. If you don't know me, I'm Justin Dickey, real estate agent here in Huntington, West Virginia. If you have any further questions after watching this video about the real estate market or real estate in general, feel free to give me a call. I look forward to chatting with you. So let's start off by talking about inventory levels here in Huntington, West Virginia. This graph shows that as of October 27th, there was a 90-day average of 129 homes on the market. At the same time last year, there were 146 available homes for purchase. If you have been following real estate news, this won't come as a surprise to you. The same story keeps getting spewed out, and that is that available inventory is insanely low. Compared to the previous months, you'll see that inventory is growing, and I would presume that this is caused by the seasonality of real estate, as fewer people are wanting to move as we get into the school year and the cold months. Also, due to seasonality, I would guess that inventory levels may be close to the peak until we see a turnaround come springtime. With fewer properties being listed at the end of the year, the current available homes will start to be absorbed from the market, as buyers that still need to move have limited choices to choose from. When it comes to median list prices in Huntington, year over year, the prices are up about 4.5%. There was a small downtick in prices in the winter of 2022, but bounced back come springtime. You can see here that prices kind of hit a plateau and a small dip around the month of May and June this year. This is likely the market reacting to the mortgage interest rates that have been fluctuating and steadily rising since around the same time period. Sellers are no longer able to push home prices higher since it would make affordability even more difficult to reach. Taking into account seasonality and interest rates as high as they are now, I would expect the median list price over the next few months to take a little dip. The median days on market in Huntington is sitting at 47 days in the most recent 90-day average, according to this graph. This time last year, the days on market was at 75. What I find interesting about this graph is the shape of it. Look how sharply the days on the market dropped in spring 2022. This is when rates were on the rise, but still low in comparison to what we have today. The days on market start to rise in August of last year, most likely as a response to the interest rates continuing to go up. Then, when we take a peek of what happened spring of this year, we see that the days on market started dropping earlier in the year and are now just going back up as of October. We may be able to infer that from the lack of inventory, buyers who needed a home were desperate to purchase from the available choices in a frenzy. To wrap up, I just want to briefly talk about the percentage of properties that got a price reduction in Huntington. From the last 90-day average, 37% of houses have received a price reduction, where the high in the last year was in December of 2022 at 45%. To me, this graph speaks on the understanding of sellers and real estate agents on where the market is at and where it's headed. At the end of 2022, interest rates hit a peak at about 7% interest, and more sellers had to reduce price to remain affordable. Today, with interest rates commonly hovering around 8%, it is much easier to predict fair market value, thus resulting in fewer price cuts. However, we may be blindsided if rates hit 8.5% or even 9%. After observing the graphs of the given data, I believe it's safe to say that seasonality and the mortgage interest rates are a major contributing factor on what is going on with inventory and pricing, and what we can expect to see in the next few months. We're still living in unprecedented times, so we'll see. If you enjoyed this video, or at least appreciate my efforts, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel to stay in the know about Huntington in general and real estate market trends. Do you find videos like this to be helpful? Is there a talking point that you would rather see that you want me to bring up in future videos? Leave a comment if you have any feedback for me. I'm still unsure if I want to continue these monthly or not. With that said, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers!